Beloved, many people hear the words of Christ concerning the narrow way and immediately think of religion. Those are the rules, beliefs, membership, being on the right side like tribal warfare. But what if the narrow way is far more intimate than that? What if it is the path of radical honesty, the path where you stop lying to yourself, the path where you stop blaming others for what God is asking you to address within yourself, the path where your heart, mind, soul, and strength begin to come into alignment with truth? Today's scripture is taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verses 13 through 14, and it reads, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the way that leads to life, and few find it." Consider then, the broad way is easy because it requires very little of us. We can follow the crowd, we can repeat what others say and do, we can blame, judge, complain, ultimately remain asleep. But the narrow way asks us something more. It asks for awareness, responsibility, accountability, discernment, humility. That is, to remain teachable. It asks us to examine ourselves before examining everyone else. And this is why so few choose it. Not because God has hidden it, but because the ego resists it. A deeper reflection can be found in the great mystics, saints, desert fathers, and even in many wisdom traditions which echo a similar truth. The greatest battle is not against the world, it is within. The Apostle Paul spoke of the conflict between the inner and outer man. The Christian mystics speak on purification and sanctification. Some traditions call it awakening, others call it dying before one physically dies. As Christ says, to be born again. The language differs, but the invitation remains one and the same. Become whole, become sincere, become undivided. For Christ did not merely come to improve your life, he came to transform us. From fear into love, authenticity and presence. Yet we overcomplicate the works of the Spirit. The narrow way in practice resembles apologizing when your pride wants to defend itself, remaining present when or while your fears want to control, telling the truth when deception feels or is easily easier. And perhaps most importantly, trusting God when your reasoning demands certainty. That's how you get stretched. And that's how you discover truth. By seeing what's on the other side. Yes, these moments seem small and perhaps insignificant, but these, beloved, are the thresholds. And every threshold you cross creates not only a greater alignment within you, but an evidently deeper connection with God and a vessel capable of holding more of his light, which is his Spirit. Beloved, the narrow way is not hidden from you. It appears each day in ordinary moments, in every choice between fear and love, control and trust, pride and humility, illusion and truth. And every time you choose truth, you take another step towards life. So, beloved, in sincerity and truth, what truth have you been shown recently that is asking to be lived and not merely understood? I bless you in Jesus' name.